Hi, this is Scott Fresener, developer of T-Seps and FastFilms. Let's talk about a very important concept. We get more calls, support calls, where the program errors out, and it is always because the artwork is not correctly prepped. The artwork has to be a very specific way for T-Seps to run. And so the first thing you want to check with your artwork is it in RGB mode? Here's a file that's a PSD Photoshop file. Let's go to Image Mode. The file must be RGB in color and 8 bits per channel. Now, it's real common to get a piece of artwork from a customer and not check this. Just assume that they gave it to you the correct way. Oftentimes, customers assume that you needed a CMYK. So you must always open the artwork. You never run a file without opening it first and check it, and make sure and go to Image Mode and see if it says RGB. The second thing is it can have no layers. This design was built in layers, and it's a composite of various pieces of artwork all put together. But if you run this on T-Seps, you will get errors, and it will say that it can't find certain channels, and you think the program is goofing around with you, but it's because the file was not flattened. Now, flattened means it must have one layer, and it must be called background. And what happens sometimes is you build a file in layers. Let's just play with this a little bit. I'm going to delete the black background, delete the white background, and I'm going to play around a little bit. I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to go up, and I'm going to actually, you can't see it, it's off the screen, but I'm come down to Merge Visible. And so the file has one layer, but it is not a background flattened layer. So it must say background. And if you click on the upper horizontal arrow, and I'll move all this over if I can, click on the horizontal arrow, it must say flatten image. Down here, you have to flatten the image. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts. You have to check the file. It must say background right there. It can't say layer 1, layer 0, have a name for it. It must say background, and the file must be RGB. And if you do that, your files will run great.